Hello lads and lassies, this is Noblewreck here in my world. Let me stop for a moment and show you the world seed. Oh, T/SEED, enter. So there's the number, this is the world seed. Type in this number and you'll get this world that I've been playing in for the last little while. And yeah, what I wanted to do today was, as promised, to do the command block gadget that creates an effect on my person, on my character, whenever I change from Game Mode 1 to Game Mode 0, and whenever I change to Game Mode 0 to Game Mode 1. So let's do that. I'm going to hop out of this world and show you where I've been experimenting in another world. So hold one moment, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is Noblewreck in another world. Let me stop a moment and show you the seed here. T/SEED, engage. So there's the seed to this world, and it is a little troll there. Woo! My mouse kind of moved. So this is another world, and this is the gadget behind me that I've been experimenting in this world with and fine-tuning it till I got it right. Now I'm going to transfer this machine into my other world, not by MC Edit, but I'm actually going to recreate it in my world, the world that we've been doing the Let's Play in. But let's do a little quick tutorial on particles, because particle effects is the main idea of this transition. And let me show you what I mean. As the machine is running back there with the comparator clock, let me go into super mode now, or game mode 1. Now there's not a lot of particles going on here. I don't know what happened. I had more particles previously. But no big deal. We're going to fix that in my world, in the other world, in the Let's Play world. And now I've also made a transition for when I go back to game mode 0. You didn't see much happen, but there was supposed to be particles coming off of me and a fizz sound, which for some reason is not working. But anyway, we'll be putting this together in my Let's Play. So let's talk a little bit about particles, and then I'll take you over there to my world, and we'll build the machine. We'll build the gadget that does the game mode transitions. I always have to hit that a few times before I get it right. I forget that you only have to hit the F5 once to get to first person view. Alright, here's particles, and here's a little brief lesson on particles. This is the command, and if you look here, it's the current version of Minecraft 1.8.9 has particles XYZ. Well, this is the command how it's laid out, and the very similar command for the future versions of Minecraft 1.9 is only difference is you get this player parameter thing right here tacked on to the command. It's not available now in 1.8.9. So let's talk about particles. The command, this is the command right here, but it's like a setup for it. The word particle here is in place of what you would want to put in for your particle. Say you want redstone particles, you put redstone there. Whatever the name of the particle is, you put there. XYZ, that's the location of the particle. That is where it's going to occur. XD, YD, and ZD is the dimensions of the cloud of particles. And speed is how fast they appear and disappear. Count is how many particles will be involved in that cloud of particles. And mode, what is mode? I believe mode is how, if a person who's like far away, how far away they got to go before they stop seeing the particle. There's particles right there as an example. And like how far away do you have to, I'm not in super mode. How far away you can go before they disappear. And if a player is playing with the particles minimized, such as this, options, video settings, particles, and you can go with particles decreased, particles minimum, particles all. Let's leave it on all for this demonstration. But a player who has minimum, the setting at minimum, this mode will affect whether or not they actually do see any particles also, or how many they will see. Now, that's particles. That's the particles command. But there is an exception, a cool exception, for these three particles, red dust, mob spell, and mob spell ambient. XD and YD and ZD do not change the dimensions of the cloud. but rather the RGB color of the particles. So let's check that out over here. So for ambient, no, not ambient. Whoops, let's get in super mode so I can get inside these command blocks. Ooh, doggy. So for mob spell, as you see here, that's the particle. That takes the place of the word particle in the first sign that we were looking at. Here's the tildes, tilde 1, tilde 2, tilde 3. These tildes are the location, and 0 is not included in that. There's just one, and that means just one above the command block. Lightning had to continue there. But here, 0, -1, and 0 gives you green. That's in the right after the location. There is the color. 0, -1, and 0 right there. 1000 I think is the speed, or is that the... I still haven't looked at that. What was that, a count or a speed? I think 1000 is the count, and 0 is the speed. 0 is base speed, I think. And here we have red. So if you change that middle number to 1, -1, 0, you get red out of ambient. Not ambient, but yeah, ambient too. Mob spell and mob spell ambient. You'll change the color to red. But blue is made by 0, -1, and 1. Right here. Right here in the middle of this code. The third section. The third group of numbers. And that gives you blue. Isn't that cool? Blue. But redstone is weird. Redstone is wonky. It does things differently. If you look inside here, the numbers 1 and -1 and 0, which is red, doesn't give you red, but rather multiple colors. And if you do -1, 1, and 1 in those in the command, you get a pastel colors group of colors, but they're not one color, they're multiple colors. So redstone is a little weird, but that's fun too to experiment with. So there's particles, and here's some explosion particles. 10 blocks that away. So 10 is the location. 10 blocks relative to this command block where the command was initiated. There's my village in my niece's world that we've been playing in. I had been playing in. Okay, now let's take you back to my world and let's get to making a gadget. So what I thought I'd do today is go ahead and do the command blocks that will affect the transition from Game Mode 1 to Game Mode 0. These command blocks will create an effect whenever I change from one mode to the other. Excuse me. So I'm going to do that today, and I've already got the command blocks and stuff I needed all together. Now I needed to get some quartz. So I needed to get some quartz, and I had to go to the nether to get quartz. So right over there, you can see some light glowing over there. Not the sun, but rather the light glowing next to that pond over there. The pond's a little bigger because I had harvested some sand from around it. Decided to take the hatch off of the roof there, as that really didn't... there was no need for it to be there. Okay. It's still dangerous out here. But I wanted to show you my new portal. Over that hill there, just beyond the lava flow there, I had went and put a portal at where I thought would be the coordinates to the nether. I didn't know whether I should do some calculating or not. You know, when you, well, what you should have done is, if you get, like, say you have it midst, it tells you the coordinates, excuse me, and it tells you the coordinates to the nether. It's actually the coordinates while you're in the nether, so you need to multiply those coordinates times 8 to get the right coordinates. So I went that way, put down the portal in the wrong place, right in the middle of the ocean. I do have some footage of that. But when I went in, Had quite a brief and dangerous adventure. Got some quartz, came back out, and when I came back out, it had spawned a portal over here. And I thought at first I was at a new village because I looked over there and I saw an artificer house. Whoa! I can run through that. Because I'm in creative mode. But when I saw that, at first I did not recognize the village. And I should have recognized the mountains. But yeah, I'm excited about this because I have it closer to home. And I like that. And I can go and get some quartz. However, this is not the stronghold. That's the reason I went over to the mountains and plopped it down on top of or built it on top of an ocean, was because I wanted to be able to get in, and go to a stronghold, and get some resources at a stronghold. I've since found a location for that, but I'll do that some other time. I've since found the coordinates to a stronghold and did the math. So let's do that another day. Today, I think I want to do, as you know, this, as you may have noticed, I had a block on the ceiling. That red block on the roof, rather, is the center of a slime chunk. And my artificer house is right in the middle of it. So I may dig down further, down here, to create a slime farm at level 40 and below. But I've already started one elsewhere, so I may not mess with that or work with that anytime soon. Alright, so but what I want to do down here, I've already kind of settled in down here with some other command blocks and things. In this chest I have the command blocks that I should need for making the, and I got more red dust than I should need for making this task. Excuse me. Perdón, por favor. There's not quite enough room down here. I need to make it more roomier for all these command blocks that I'm going to lay down. But the purpose of the command blocks is, whenever I do the transition from game mode 0 to game mode 1, and from game mode 1 to game mode 0, there will be some particle effects that happen to my person or my character in the game. So, as of right now, nothing happens other than my game mode changes. And you can see that evidenced by my hotbar down there, where the book is highlighted. There's no hearts and no other stuff above my hotbar. It's just a hotbar alone. So I'm in game mode 1. But I want to do more than that. I want to do some particle effects, some lightning and all that good stuff, which may burn my house down, but we'll see. Alright, so how am I going to do this? I know I need about 10 for the game mode 1. I need 6 for game mode 0. So I don't have that much room down here, but I thought this is where I would put it. So I'm thinking of spiraling it down, and like DNA or something curling in on itself. So let's see here. Whoops. Let's look into my actual inventory here. I've got a lot of these. So let me use those as command blocks for now, as I plan things out. And I may cut away rather than have you watch me, be bored watching me plan it out. But then I'll show you what I've done once I come back to film it again. So, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, I think I'm rethinking this. I've cleared the room out in here, but it's still a bit small for the mechanism that I want to make. When I made it in the other world, I made it on the surface, and I made it stretch out rather far. As I was saying, I needed 10 command blocks for the game mode 1, and 6 command blocks for game mode 0. So, shall I stretch them out, spiral them down, da 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 da. This block right here is supposed to represent a clock. I guess I could have left that there. But I'm thinking of using cobblestone. Gravel. Use gravel to be the representative of things. That's to be our clock. And I'm thinking of using the old-fashioned clock rather than using a field clock. So I'm using a regular clock. So these gravel is representing the clock and the. I'm thinking about just going down here and making a hole, making a space for it, because this is my attic, and if I bust it through here, you're going to see outside, and the command blocks will be going outside. So let me dig a little deeper, and we'll put the command block mechanism a little lower, a level lower maybe. Let's see, should we do one level lower? Why not? So we have a floor above us, and one level down will be the mechanism. So while I'm digging this out in Game Mode 0, I'm going to break away, and I'll come back when I'm ready to show you guys the mechanism. Okay, so I've been digging, and I'm making room for the particle effect machine, consisting of command blocks, and that room is below here. So let me take you there, show you what I've done so far. Well, what have I done so far? Well, I've laid out these blocks. These gravel blocks are going to be where the command blocks are. This dirt block over here is going to be the what is the thing called? The clock. This is going to be the clock, and the torch here is going to be the lever or whatever I'm powering the clock with. And I didn't make one of those, but I can make a lever. So here it splits into two areas, and this right here is not a third area, but rather the tail end of the big one, the part that's for the command mode, or the game mode 1. So the signal comes from here, splits, goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. This is the 6th block right there. Whoop. This is number 6 right here, and this is for the game mode 0. Over here, it splits and goes to the other machine, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns, and goes 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this will be the end, the tail end. It just curls back around, and there's a space there so it doesn't touch the redstone, so it doesn't get activated by the redstone. In between here will be a comparator at this spot right here, and all the other spots until the very end will be repeaters, and I may have to make another repeater because I didn't anticipate doing this U-turn right here, which may require more redstone or repeaters. Going right here. Oh no, and I'm also probably going to touch this right here. See? So it'll do a U-turn, but also will power this. I don't want it to do that. Oh, no problem. I just plop it right over here. What am I thinking? That should work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is 10 over here. Alright, and so that'll probably be redstone right here. Maybe a repeater right here and right here. Redstone to connect them. But the rest of it's going to be mostly repeaters, and of course starting off right here with comparator. So let's get started. I'm going to go upstairs and grab the tools I need. Let's let me go get my iron cooking, as it were. I made some smooth stone, cooking it in here. Cooking cobblestone to make smooth stone. Smelting cobblestone to make smooth stone. For the sake of the walls, I want the walls to look like smooth stone. I want it to be kind of consistent. I've got to make room for this stuff. I'll keep the smooth stone. So I might actually need the smooth stone. get rid of the door right and the side, all that good stuff. And don't think I need any more redstone. No more dirt. No ladders for the moment. Okay, so let's get this, and over here, the things we need for the machine that requires tin, the Game Mode 1 machine. Actually, one machine with two parts, Game Mode 1 and Game Mode 0. Alrighty, so first let's make our comparator clock. We only have two comparators. I'm going to have to make another one, which requires quartz, which I think I have actually. Alright, let's go ahead and start with the comparator that we do have. Clock's going to be very important. I'm going to get this dirt up, and that's going to be the comparator. Right here. Turn that little light on right there, so it will be a comparator. I need to make a lever. The lever's recipe is... see if I got the materials to make a lever. Oh, my battery's low on my droid. I got a cool app called Crafting Table, Minecraft guide. Let's go to the crafting section of that. I highly recommend it. It's pretty handy. It's a free app. Looking for redstone. Looking for the recipe for a lever. Well, that's redstone. Oh, there's a lever. Oh, just cobblestone and a stick. Nothing complicated. And I should have both of those. In fact, I might have them on me. I just threw some sticks away. Huh. Let me go upstairs and make a lever. Do I have any wood at all? Oh, don't tell me I gotta go outside and get some wood. Well, I've got it in chests, so, well, I'm beginning to deplete that too. This was a little mechanism I was making recently to breed villagers, but it doesn't work unless you actually have villagers. It doesn't spawn them out of nowhere. It's not a villager generator. Wood. Oh, I don't want to use up my acacia wood. What do we have in here? Okay, wood planks. I need 2 of them in order to make a lever. In order to make sticks. In order to make sticks, I need 2 of those darn things. Closing the door. Going downstairs. There's a crafting bench right here. 2 of these make sticks. I need 1 of those and cobblestone. I got 3 iron out of that. Don't know if that's a fair trade or not. Well, that worked for the ore, and I got 3 iron out of it. I'm collecting iron because I want to make a golem. And that's going to probably take a great deal of iron. 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4 actually. Cobblestone, cobblestone. I was littered with cobblestone. Now I use up all my cobblestone. See this wall back here? I want to put, where's cobblestone? I'm not hearing anything. I just realized my earphone is out of my ear. Oh, there we go. That's better, I think. Oh yeah, now I can hear. Minecraft is much more enjoyable when you can hear it. Something satisfying by hearing a block bust, a pop into your inventory. Alright, we'll decorate the walls later. Let's just make them all sand smooth stone. Yeah, it might be handy to have a crafting bench down here. Do I have one? Whoa, I do have one. Why don't I just put it in the corner here? It's going to be more closely accessible. Why not here? Right next to the thing to spin around when I come downstairs and craft something if I had to. Recipe is 1 gravel, 1 stick, and you got a lever. Alright, lever. Isn't it beautiful? Turn it on and there's the clock. So how a comparator clock works is it's sending a signal out in the front, but a signal also goes into the side, influencing the signal, making it switch off and on real fast. And that's the clock. Here it seems to be stopping here for so often. But I chose this clock rather than a field clock, which is a lot more faster and probably more reliable. Is because I don't know, it just seemed like it was really messy in my chat window and messy in the log inside of the server window. Maybe I'm just being silly, OCD or whatever, but I'm choosing this clock for the meantime. It will not take much to put a field clock in here. Alright, so let's start with the biggest one. Game Mode 1. And there are 10 command blocks here. I got flint out of each one of those so far. Well, not one out of that one. Probably behooves me to put those two close together on my inventory. The shovel and the command blocks. So I'll have to roll the mouse wheel once to get the job done. Ha! Ouch. Ceiling's still kind of low for... I made it 3 blocks tall, but I still can't really jump because of it. Unless I'm jumping from the floor. That'll be the last one, and you can see it doesn't touch the redstone, so it will not be affected by the redstone signal. Now, my comparators. Not comparators, but my repeaters. And I like to have the repeaters on high. I'm going to bust that for the moment just to keep it from activating until I get it all set up.
I can hear this vaguely inside of things. Though the sounds are, though. The sound is